Hey guys, so I was just watching Ross Gerber on Meet Kevin's podcast, and they were discussing Palantir. And as we know, a few weeks ago, Ross Gerber said some damaging things about Palantir and his beliefs of it being the worst company in the world, worse than Facebook. And I want to show the clip of Ross Gerber kind of now not really discussing it and not wanting to go into it. And then I want to give a comment on what I believe is the real reason behind Ross Gerber, because it just didn't fully make sense, his response. So here's the video.
Just a few minutes ago, you mentioned that we should send in the CIA with Palantir. And now some people have gotten a little upset because I don't know what you said. But apparently you said something about Palantir. Yeah. I'd love to just have an open dialogue about it because some people are upset with me too, and getting it all out there is a good thing, Ross.
What I said, no, it's not a good thing. I'll tell you why. Because there's two things. One, I want to make it perfectly clear. I'm an American, and I'm pro-America, okay? I'm a patriot, okay? My parents, my grandparents have served this country in the military. My dad is the longest-serving member of the California Guard. He's 85 years old. He's still serving. He's chief medical officer. I believe in a strong military. I believe very much in the American military and our power. So I don't want anybody here to think that I'm some sort of like Julia Assange-loving liberal. I hate Snowden, for example, okay? And I think the WikiLeaks people are traitors, okay? So I want to start off by saying from a perspective of I support American strength. But I do not think we should be outsourcing our CIA activities to a private company. Now, I don't want to go into it any more than that because they attack me, and they attack me viciously again after my last comments, okay? But that's the way this world works. And if you want to know some of the shit that you don't really want to know, so I can't talk about it. I literally just can't talk about it. It's just not worth putting my family at risk. So That's my thing.
So first he said he didn't want to talk about Palantir because of all the hate he got, and he doesn't want to risk his family over it, and it's just not a topic he can anymore go into. I would say at the end of the day, the reason why he got that hate, I mean, I hope people, or at least it should be more to investment, like just bring us your proof of what you're saying about Palantir. But at the end of the day, if you're going to come out and, for example, he attacked Alex Karp saying he's evil, just look at the way he looks. Like, of course you're going to get that hate. You're attacking an individual, and that has nothing to do with the company. And people are invested in this company, and people respect you, or up until that point, at least a lot of people did. And people also take investment advice, but you're attacking an individual, and that ultimately has or could have damage on the company itself. Additionally, when you start bringing claims against the company that are totally unfounded because you didn't bring proof, of course you're going to get the hate. For example, you talk about how they just work with sketchy governments and they sell their data, and of course they would tell you that. Like, we can just look at Palantir, that it would be in their best interest not to say that they're not working with these governments, because at the end of the day, it limits their TAM. So them going out of their way to say they only work with Western allied country is because they're mission driven and all that. And at the end of the day, we're not going to come after your family. Like, people aren't coming after your family. We're putting our money in this company, and we're not putting it because we just want to put our money in a company. No, we're trying to make money going forward. So if you actually had proof about what a company is doing, and that saying, no, Palantir's mission is wrong, and all this proof that comes with it, then I'm pretty sure then people would want to know this. I would want to know that. My money's in Palantir. I look at it as really a mission-driven company that I truly believe in because of that mission. And if you had the proof, you're not going to talk about it and give it to me because of all that hate. No, it seems like he just doesn't want to own up to what he was saying. And another point he talked about is we shouldn't outsource as the government to private entities. Now, I would say to that, first of all, when it comes to all this government data, wouldn't you want to outsource it because of all that security that you get from Palantir in terms of only people who should see the data see it, and it is now in the hands where the government can have overreach? And then the second thing is, you're talking about being so pro-American and wanting America to win and all that, and I don't doubt that, but at the end of the day, don't you want America to have the best? And isn't Palantir, like, as we see, it is the best? For example, with the case with the U.S. Army, then in 2016, the U.S. Army wanted to build their own data analytics kind of arm, and they failed a few times, and Palantir ended up basically showing how they're already using it with other forces in the military already. And it was really saving lives because they would get all the data they needed out there in the field. And this is why they're using it. Wouldn't you want America to have the best data analytics going forward? And if Palantir is the one that can do that, wouldn't you want that? So I just don't get why he wouldn't go into it. I mean, I kind of do. I think he just doesn't like, you don't want to deal with the tough questions after you said such things, and then you have to backtrack and you look like an idiot. That's what I believe, and it's just easier to make as if the reason is because people will come after your family. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I got to let it out, and I'll see you in the next video.